It was always Fumbles.
Okay, you guys know that we just recently got a new MPC 1 Plus. When the Akai sale hit, we got a Live 2 for our 8-year-old. Within a few days, the Scott Storch Expansion appeared on Akai's website. When you clicked to add it to your cart, however, you would get an error message. An unknown error had occurred, and we couldn't get this last night. Now, I already had a support ticket recently from previous expansions that I couldn't access, but this wasn't that. The following day, everything went through with no issues, and I demoed the Scott Storch Expansion on the channel. Just a few days afterwards, the Lo-Fi Dirt plugin was announced, and oh, the shilling. Where I thought there were about a half a dozen content creators demoing the plugin, there were closer to around 20 of them, all paid promotions. There was one slight problem, however. When you purchased the plugin, everything would go through, they would get your money, but the plugin wasn't coded into the InMusic Software Center, meaning that you couldn't even see that it existed, let alone download it. You don't see the new plugin. It just does not show up. I paid for a product that I didn't receive, and it threw off the whole schedule today. You don't put out a release and then neglect basic coding. So when you make a purchase through Akai, they haven't been using this, and this seems to be a new portal over here. How could you not see that that plugin isn't even coded into your software center? Like, that is an insane thing to not notice before launch. Now that one, I did put a support ticket in and received absolutely no response until after the situation was resolved. Akai doesn't send you any confirmation of your support ticket.
Fumbles!
What they do is simply leave you hanging for a few days.
That is some classic Fumbles there! Enough!
After the first day, the plugin showed up in the InMusic Software Center, but it still wasn't reflected in my InMusic account.
Fumbles!
It eventually showed up, but I waited another 24 hours to notify them. It wasn't until the following day that I received a response, when it was no longer an issue.
Fumbles!
It was crazy to fumble on such a basic coding issue upon launch, then take such a long time to fix it afterwards.
Way to go, Fumbles!
But not before they took everybody's money for the plugin.
Did everyone hear that? It's Dr. Fumbles.
The following day, I went ahead and got faded reels from Native Instruments. Everything went through just fine, so I loaded up the expansion, then went to the lake with the Live 2. After using the expansion on a beat, I later attempted to pull it back up, but then I received an error message. Brushing it off as a mere glitch, it later happened again, and I incorrectly thought it was an issue with the Live 2. These are all the Native Instruments samples. I got a new nickname for Akai, it's Fumbles. So we used the Native Instruments faded reels on the drums for this. And we lost it all. Just like we lost everything that we used the Native Instruments faded reels on in the MPC Live 2. Fumble in the end zone. Realizing this may take a while to resolve considering it may be an issue on Native Instruments' end, I decided to wait. I decided to grab Black Sun Empire along with 4 others that I've been looking at, taking full advantage of the sale as well as our discount code. It made sense to simply grab them real quick. But even then I thought about it. And of course, Old Fumbles is at it again and the expansion doesn't show up in my InMusic account, but the rest of them do. So where's Black Sun Empire? Who knows, but Akai already got my money. This makes 2 times within the same week that I paid Akai for a product that I didn't receive. Then it occurred to me, Akai has fumbled just about every release so far. From the Native Instruments expansions that were announced a week before NAMM, the new Scott Storch expansion that people are still having an issue downloading, the Lo-Fi Dirt plugin that was heavily marketed by more than a dozen creators but not even coded into their own system for launch. It's one fumble after the next. Fumbles. It's the poor customer service, the guerrilla marketing tactics when your product isn't even ready for launch, fumbling basic coding issues that even my 8-year-old can understand. But the most egregious of all of them is the age-old agreement in commerce between consumer and merchant. I pay you for a product that is delivered promptly. If there is any reason for delay or discrepancy, it needs to be immediately communicated with the customer. What they are doing is taking our money with the promise of a product that's not being delivered. When you address it through a support ticket, Akai will ignore it for several days. But they've been fumbling around with all of their products this year. Every single rollout has been problematic, with basic issues that still exist from their January announcement. 4 support ticket issues within a week, and I'm just one customer. I'm not being bitchy or contentious. I want the product that I paid for. It's that simple. That goes for any company in every field of commerce. However, there comes a point where companies are simply ripping off their customers. If your product isn't ready, don't sell it. 2 different items for me within the same week. All basic coding issues and accounting issues that shouldn't exist at a lemonade stand. Get it together, Fumbles. Stop releasing products you don't even have the ability to manage effectively, let alone properly. It's shit like this that reminds everybody why so many people hate Akai.
It's Fumbles.